Imagine you reach out to tap the Wi-Fi icon. You tap. Nothing. You restart. Nothing. You step outside. Everyone is staring at their dead screens. At this very moment, the internet has vanished from existence. Not a regular outage, but a complete disappearance from every spot on Earth. Within just 30 seconds, the most sensitive nerve of modern civilization is erased. This isn't a sci-fi movie plot. It's a real scientific question asked by top engineers and sociologists. What actually happens to humanity if the web suddenly vanishes without warning? In this video, we won't guess. We'll dive into the fine details of the collapse, leaving nothing unexamined under the microscope. Get ready, because the life you know right now is built on an illusion you call the internet. Just 3 decades ago, the term internet was alien to 99% of people. Our recent ancestors, the generation of the 80s and 90s, lived a full life without needing a single password. They memorized dozens of phone numbers. They navigated using foldable paper maps. And a business transaction meant exchanging physical cash hand to hand. But more importantly, their fears were different. They weren't afraid of losing signal or running out of battery. They feared hunger, war, real disease. Today, Wi-Fi outage has become a medically recognized phobia. How did we transition from the age of searching for food to the age of searching for a signal? The answer is that the internet is no longer just a tool we use. It has become the central nervous system of civilization. Without this system, muscles don't move. Hearts don't beat. And this is where the real story begins. To understand why everything would collapse, we need to know how the internet actually works. Think of the internet as the electricity of the modern age. But it doesn't just power the lights. It powers the mind of the entire city. Beneath our feet, massive cables stretch across the oceans. In the sky, thousands of satellites orbit. And in every city, data centers as large as residential neighborhoods. This enormous infrastructure manages 3 fundamental layers of our lives. First, money. Every second, trillions of dollars move through swift banking networks. Without the internet, banks become mere concrete buildings. You can't withdraw cash, transfer your salary, or even check your balance. Second, vital services. Hospitals rely on digital records and connected devices. Aircraft depend on ground navigation systems. Power plants depend on remote control. Without the internet, all these services grind to a halt or revert to the Stone Age. Third, identity. Your digital identity, your accounts, photos, files, certificates, vanishes in a second. You become a person with no digital past. Simply put, the internet is humanity's external memory. If you delete the memory, the patient suffers from loss of identity. And that's where stage 3 begins, the struggle for survival. In a world without the internet, the first to fall isn't the individual, it's the entire system. Let me paint the scene for you within just 72 hours. Day 1. Silent panic. No delivery apps, no public transport running on digital systems. People take to the streets searching for bread and clean water. Stores that rely on point-of-sale systems become locked doors. Day 2. Economic collapse. Stock markets shut down. Bank accounts are frozen because the system can't verify your identity. Major corporations like Google and Amazon become empty buildings, meaningless. Here the real conflict emerges: who holds power? Not those with digital money, but those with locally stored knowledge, those with physical strength, those who own wells and farms. Day 3. Moral collapse. Without the internet, no connected surveillance cameras, no digital police, no crime documentation. Areas that relied on smart security become security vacuums. Here, a return to the law of the jungle becomes a very real possibility. But the deeper question, would social bonds also break? Ironically, a human without the internet might become more human or more brutal. The biggest beneficiaries are those with self-sufficiency: farmers, artisans, and those with paper libraries. The biggest losers: major cities that depend on the internet as their only lifeline. Suppose humanity survived the initial chaos. What would the world look like 1 year after the internet disappeared? There are 2 extreme scenarios: with reality lying somewhere in the gray zone between them. The worst scenario: the digital dark ages. Cities turn into isolated entities. We return to an age of feudal domains, where those with generators and artesian wells hold power. Knowledge freezes because we've lost the largest library in history: Wikipedia, YouTube, learning platforms. The new generation won't easily learn how to make a vaccine or build a bridge. The best scenario: the age of human reconnection. Ironically, the internet disappears, but people start communicating face to face again. Families sit together without screens separating them. Small communities rely on neighbors instead of delivery apps. Freedom returns. No ads targeting your brain, no notifications stealing your time, no algorithms controlling your mood. In this scenario, the paper book becomes a rare currency, and direct conversation becomes true luxury. But reality, as you know, will be a mix of chaos and creativity. Major cities may break apart, but local communities may thrive. Now, the most important question: what does all of this mean for you right now? We won't wait for catastrophe to prepare. Here are 3 practical steps inspired by the internet outage scenario. First, prepare materially. Keep an amount of cash in your home. Keep paper copies of your essential documents: passport, birth certificates, property deeds. Keep a simple stock of water and non-perishable food. Do this not out of fear, but as a proactive act. Second, prepare intellectually. Don't rely solely on the cloud. Download essential books and information onto offline devices. Learn practical skills: water purification, first aid, growing your own food. Locally stored knowledge is the greatest wealth in an age when the internet might go dark. Third, prepare psychologically. Try a digital fast for 1 day each month. Unplug your router for a full day. Observe yourself. How do you feel at the beginning? How do you change after a few hours? This exercise isn't just preparation for disaster. It's reclaiming your ability for deep focus, quality sleep, and real connection with those you love. This is the real biohack that doesn't require an app. In the end, the internet is not the enemy. But absolute dependence on it is the real weak point. We created the greatest tool in history, yet we forgot how to live without it. The essential truth is, the internet exists to serve you, not to be you. If it disappears tomorrow, you won't disappear. You'll discover who you really are, away from the screen. And now, today's interactive question: if the internet suddenly disappeared for a full month, what is the one thing you would miss the most, and what is the one thing you would enjoy doing without it? Write your answer in the comments. Don't forget to support us by subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button if you gained value from this journey. See you in the next video.